many taking their first look at the famous track. The event proved so popular, around 500 hopefuls were turned away. But for those who are lucky to take part, they won't forget their experience in a hurry, and each has a different view on how to drive the track.
It's a one-off, there's nothing like it. It's like 3 circuits in one. Most race circuits are about 2 kilometres, this is over 6. And it's impossible to learn it all at once, but you just get putting it together in sections. And it's very satisfying to do that.
Nichols from Sydney admits he raced about midfield, but was thrilled to get his 1970 MG Midget on the hollowed surface. Competitors came from all around the country to race at the mountain, but it also attracted local enthusiasts like Mazda RX-7 driver Shane Fowler from Bathurst, who still gets a kick out of having a world-class track in his own backyard.
It's the best event, best track. Yeah, it's a real buzz. Frightening but fun, but yeah, great.
Just about every make of car you can imagine was represented in one of the many classes of racing. The cars as varied as the drivers themselves. In its form dubbed affordable racing, organisers say it was very well received and will eventually be a permanent part of the racing calendar.
We're very pleased with the reaction from both competitors and from the locals around Bathurst. We've had more people through the gates than we expected and anticipated, and the whole thing has gone extremely well.
An agreement has been met to allow this event to run for at least the next 4 years. Marcus Chapman, Win News.
After 35 years, Easter motor racing made a triumphant return to Bathurst at the weekend. It's 70 years since the first Easter race at Mount Panorama, and the sport's history was on show at the inaugural Festival of Sporting Cars.
Think Australian motorsport and you think Mount Panorama. And for the racing purist, it's got to be the historic sports cars, the tourers and the production cars.
Bathurst is the centre of motorsport as far as us club people are concerned, and to actually run here in race condition such as we have is something that everyone is very proud to be able to do.
More than 1,000 club motorsport drivers nominated, but only 500 competitors actually got the chance to race. And for those lucky enough to get a start, you can't beat the thrill of realising a lifelong dream.
It's a one-off, there's nothing like it. It's like 3 circuits in one. Most race circuits are about 2 kilometres, this is over 6. And it's impossible to learn it all at once, but you just get putting it together in sections. And it's very satisfying.
It's the best event, best track. Yeah, it's a real buzz. Frightening but fun, but yeah, great.
A thrill too for those spectators old enough to remember the days when Tiranas and Minis ruled the mountain.
A lot of these old cars wrote the record books 20 and 30 years ago, and some of the drivers also, and what's happening now, we're giving them a second life.
Mercedes handed over the keys for these 12 brand new cars worth more than $4 million for some of the more experienced drivers to let loose on the track. One of the drivers going around at the weekend is a 34-time Bathurst veteran. Another boasts 28 starts at the mountain. And the experts tell us once you've raced here, you never forget.
It's just something that will never ever leave your bones.